Welcome to episode 65 of this series of Let's Play France 1920. It's part 2 of a large carrier battle in the Western Mediterranean against a largely unseen Italian fleet. In the previous episode, we crushed an Italian heavy cruiser squadron that appeared in the middle of our fleet at dawn, presumably their scouting force. Now we're going after their carriers. Let's see how that all pans out. So that would seem to be something well worth a bit of a strike. So here's the first one from the Lafayette. So let's launch that from our ready aircraft. And from our first main carrier group, 8 more squadrons. So get them to launch. And then from our final carrier division, not cruiser, and 6 more squadrons from them, so get them to launch as well. So let's exit that, let them get some launching underway. Now that does mean I'm concerned for the carriers here and here, given that the enemy is just up there. The wind is going that way, so they should turn to the southeast in order to launch aircraft, and I will definitely want to both reform this little squadron of battleships and also take this group and bring them to the north as well, with anyone else who wants to come with me in this, quasi-random battle. Just to encourage this, I'm going to turn that round for the Chateau de Foy and hope that the rest of the group comes along with it. For the Tourville, I'm going to turn that, and these guys just need to make themselves reform. So let's see how all of that does. Probably okay to cease fire with these people. I'm going to say hold fire for this group. I don't think these 3 Italian heavy cruisers are going to go anywhere fast. Honestly. 3 Italian heavy cruisers being sunk in a battle. When does that ever happen? Probably should keep a view of the old convoy, the Doucet, which, as you'll recall, it's decided to change its mission. I distinctly said that it should go and support this, or indeed be part of the core of that, and it's decided, no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go off and do its own thing. Oh, okay, it can be the screen of the convoy. Yeah, we do seem to be wasting a lot of torpedoes. Sorry about the Cecile. I mean, credit to these Italians, they're not just sinking easily. Let's zoom in. So we've got these chaps coming towards. We've got the British, who seems to have got themselves in a position relatively near. And we've got these guys. So they're at cruise. We'll bring these to 20 knots to just let them catch up a little bit. Seeing the carriers getting out of the way. Would be nice if everyone else kind of did what they're supposed to do. enemy aircraft approaching us. Just going to look at the status. So all the ones have flown off. I should make ready some. Let me just, but I'll probably just wait until this air attack passes by. If we can. Lots of different aeroplanes launching into the sky. Whoops, and here they come. So they attacked the Joffre for no hits, and over here they attacked the Doucet also for no hits. So that's my kind of hittage. And off go my planes. More attacks coming in. And an attack on the Democracy down here with, again, no hits. Nice to see this group of battleships have formed up in a line, followed by, or preceded by, these two British battleships, and then the 3 battleships in the main force together as well, led by the Requin, or if you are French and prefer, the Requin. Strange to have a battleship named after a Scottish blogger and player of this game. If you don't watch his battles, go see them. They're great fun. More attacks. Nothing so far. More attacks on the Doucet. So far, so good. Oh, this is all a bit hairy. So one of the merchant ships has been hit by a torpedo, and another, and another. So yes to that. Let's just go see how these merchant ships are doing. They've got a bit scattery. I assume it's all from aeroplanes. Yes, it is. Let's go have a look at our reports, see if there's anything else of interest. So that's the old one. That's the one we're really interested in. Okay, so there's one here, one there. Here are airplanes. So good hunting, chaps. And we are going north with our battleships to see if we can intercept them. I might just speed them up actually. What's their maximum? 20. So they are a bit wounded. 20 as well. Not as I'd hoped. Let me look at who is slowing us down here. Okay, it's the Redoutable with the torpedo hit that is keeping it down to only 20 knots. I doubt that I can actually detach him. Well, yes, I can. So let's do that. And then this will allow these guys to go forward a little faster. Let's take it up to 25 and see how that settles. Good capping from the Lafayette. Not sure why the Lafayette is continuing to go north. Since we've weathered the first round of Italian air attacks, I'm going to go and ready some more strikes to follow up on that first strike. So the Lafayette is only a 1-strike carrier and they're up. So with the big carriers, I'm going to do a full second strike. So let's get them ready. And then on the second one, ditto. Now there are no fighters available. I possibly should adjust the number of fighters in order, I guess, to have 3 fighter squadrons. This is quite interesting, actually. If you have 3 fighter squadrons on a big carrier, then you can keep 1, possibly a large one, for cap, 1 each for launching 2 strikes. And then you wouldn't be in this position that I'm finding myself. So let's ready that as well and carry on. Those Italian cruisers, heaven knows how many torpedoes they've had. But that does remind me, I did tell the Tourville to hold fire. I'm going to take that off. Hopefully it's not going to start shooting again. And now there's us approaching them. Good hunting, chaps. Lots of them. Okay, let's see if we hit anything. So nothing yet from the reports. I do wish they were easier to read. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's have a look at that. So trying to decipher these reports, we had 4 bomb hits and 4 torpedo hits and 7 bomb hits. 4 against a light carrier, a couple against a transport. I assume that's their transport, not ours. And 1 against something, once against a CV, or maybe, yeah, against a CV. Really hard to read. Let's do another load. Another 3 torpedo hits, and a further 3 bomb hits against a light carrier. And then down below here we have our cap having a fair old pop against them. Okay, progress another couple of minutes and see where we get to. So just having a quick look to see where everybody is. Down here near the sunken Italian heavy cruisers is the Gloire. Over here is its sister ships near the convoy. The convoy is a bit disrupted, and a little bit more of the convoy there. The carriers are keeping out of harm's way down there, which I'm thrilled about, with the exception of the Lafayette, which is staying close finally to the battleships. We have 2 battleships of our own, 2 from the British. The Redoutable is supposedly going to base, but I'm sure it's decided it's got better things to do with its time. Yeah, it's decided to go to core. I'm going to make it independent. Maybe that will keep it amused. And then we've got the 3 down here chugging along happily as well. Oh, and some heavy cruisers up there. If I zoom out, the enemy forces reportedly there and there, but you can see from our planes that they may well have been dragged off into new positions. If I go to reports, let's just take this off. You can see, aside from that one from a destroyer, that from others, it's still really these 2 are the only actual confirmed reports that we have of the presence of the Italian battle fleet. Couple more torpedo hits and a bit more success from our cap, which is all good to hear. And our formation's starting to get ready, which is great. More good activity by the cap. And a few more. So I think our formations are probably ready. What we're lacking, I guess, is some confirmed sightings. Just when I say that, here are some confirmed sightings. So that claims to be a carrier, as does that, as does that. And then the rest are old reports. So it feels like they've dispersed somewhat. So I'm going to strike against all 3 and see if the planes can find out where the body is. So I'm sending these squadrons, these 4 squadrons, against this first report of a carrier and 2 destroyers. So let's launch that strike. Then these 2 are, I'm assuming there's another couple to be readied. So these 2 will go against the second report. And let's get them launched. And then we'll wait for the final squadrons to come along and send them against this third report, unless a juicy report comes along. And there they are. And more air attacks. So again, the Cap doing some good work. Yep, attacks against us, but no hits scored. Let's just go to our carriers and get these guys to go against that third report. Launch them, and then to Carrier Division 23, and there are these. So this is, if you like, spare. I'm just going to check there are no more recent reports. Where's this one? Okay, so I think this last one is the most recent. It seems to be a 4th one when there seemed to be 3 beforehand. So I'm going to send these against that and launch that. And boom, that's all of our carriers. So hopefully that will do something interesting. Speaking of interesting, we've got some radar contacts. They seem to be aeroplanes and more aeroplanes. I'm wondering how realistic it is for my battleships to reach the enemy. So if I go from here to the nearest one, that's only 31,000 yards. I mean, if I was to crank it up, no, 25 is the max that it can do at the moment. How about these guys? They can do 28. Possibly the British can do 28. I'm not sure if I can command them directly. Okay. They got no damage. They are... Right, of course, everything is limited to 28 knots maximum. But they are 25ers. Okay. So again, our AA and our Cap containing the Italian airstrikes, which is great. Look at that Cap go. Great stuff, guys. And an enemy aircraft approaching our damaged destroyer. Well, I'm not going to mind that. And more. We are still limited to, 20 knots, and this turret is still out of action. I'm going to try and send it away. It's just a bit too vulnerable, and I think I have battleship superiority anyhow, so there's no real reason to risk it. I might try and change it by command. Maybe I can attach it to the carriers or something like that. So the Gaulois has had some damage as well. So yes, you can't change it between forces, which is annoying. So heaven knows what will happen once it goes back under AI control. Took my glasses off. No wonder I was having to peer. So I guess the convoy is still steaming away to the north. lots more reports now of individual carriers scattered. So my plan, I think, is to take my battleships and take them into this area. The convoy seems to want to go in that area anyhow. There doesn't seem to be any way I can command the convoy to say, don't just slowly proceed into an active battle. Carriers are down here. I'm going to bring them round for a little while just so that they don't get too far separated from my battleships. And yeah, let's bring the battleships into this kind of general direction in order to open that up and, you know, frankly, see if we catch anybody. Nothing of great interest. Much anti-aircraft fire. I'm not seeing hits. I'm not sure why, but you know, all for the good. Just checking the carriers. Bring their speed down to 28 because they can't go any faster. So yeah, the Redoutable is off to go and do its own thing. Aircraft approaching it, hooray! Do I want to, yeah, let's do some more of that kind of stuff. More search planes going out. Lots of search planes. Search planes are a great investment at this time when otherwise you'd have to take search from your really valuable strike packages from the carriers. So there's just this Italian destroyer there. Nothing else to worry about in particular, so that's good. And nothing weirdly happening on our side. I most assuredly shouldn't complain. Now, here's what I call a confusing reconnaissance picture. I mean, possibly, you know, the reports were at one point that there were a lot of carriers, so maybe they've just literally scattered all over the place, because all of these reports, except for that one, actually, that says a battle cruiser, and that, right, they are there. That seems about as good an intelligence as you're going to get. So let's max that up as far as we can. And let's go get them. Oops. I hope I haven't sent my planes in too much the wrong direction, but some of them are approaching this. So we're getting some bomb hits, which is nice. Whether we pick up any stragglers, be hard to know. Just going to have a little look at my airplanes again, just to see. Yeah, so lots of them have landed, so I'm just going to sort them out with some fresh instructions to ready themselves. Okay, that's got a third wave of strikes underway to get them readied. Bit of rain, Weather limits air operations. Let's just see what that says. No extra details. Well, we will have some planes ready soon. Whether they can take off in whatever it is. Light rain. Really? Airmen. They're such pussies, aren't they? Ooh, it's wet. I suppose in a decent sea state, the rain will make the decks slippery and the decks are rolling around all over the place, that kind of stuff. And there's our little destroyer that was damaged earlier, sinking. Farewell. A little bit more action, just steaming along. All the air forces seem to have spent themselves for the moment. Let's just see how my guys are doing. Not ready yet. I know this will tell me when they are ready. I'm just being impatient. And that's the first lot. And the second. And possibly the final. So let's get them sorted. Let's just have a look at our reports again and see. I'm just going to try and delete some of the old ones to clear up this confusing mess. So these are the 4 most recent. Including a report from a parasite fighter from a Zeppelin. Love that they're still doing their stuff. So they seem like likely targets to want to send our things along. So let's launch against this bottom one. Why is that saying launch strike? Oh, weather does not permit. So, okay, forgot. When it says limits air activity, it actually means you can't launch stuff. And there's the rest of the formations, but until we get a little bit of better weather. So I'm going to take this opportunity to actually pause. We are 242 out of 800 minutes or whatever it is, game cycles. We're in bad weather, so yeah, we'll wait until the good weather comes. But for now, thanks very much for watching. Come back for part 2 and see how this all unfolds, and actually give me an opportunity to just reflect a little bit on what's happened so far, how lucky we've been not to take any significant hits, and yeah, how the future of this battle may unfold. Thanks again. Bye for now.